Hi guys, ngayong July 19 ay magkakaroon ulit ako ng stock market drop bago mag-open yung PSEi or I mean the PSE or stock market bukas. So, bago natin puntahan tong chart, punta muna tayo sa recap last week. So, makikita nyo, last week average turnover is nasa around 5.12 billion lang siya versus nung previous week which is around 6.55 billion pesos. Medyo boring ang market actually last week. And kung makikita nyo, year-to-date average din niya is nasa 6.61 ay samantalang nung last week nasa 5.12 billion pesos lang. And kung makikita nyo, napakadaming losers which is 169, gainers 66 lang, and unchanged 13 shares. And of course, patuloy pa rin, kung makikita nyo, patuloy pa rin ang net foreign selling. So, July 6 to 10, that's actually around 6 billion pesos. Tapos, nung last week, that's 3.73 billion pesos. So, year-to-date, that's actually a total of 71 billion pesos net foreign selling. So, yun, patuloy pa rin yung pagbebenta ng mga foreigners. So, maybe because of, earnings seasons na kasi, second quarters or the first half or the first 6 months. So, which is, mas mahaba yung lockdown. So, wala naman ako masyadong inaasahan na upside potential sa mga companies. More on sa downside ako. So, ingat-ingat lang tayo, especially this earnings season. So, kung kayang mag-risk off, in my opinion kung kayang mag-risk off muna siya. So, actually, ang ni-risk off ko lang is the past few weeks, I think, si Jollibee lang yung na-risk off ko. And the rest, I think, my position still on. Yung sa ibang mga stocks. So, I think that's it. At, ngayon nga is, recap lang sa PSEi, nag-close siya 6,088.75. It's actually down by 58.91 points. Value turnover, very boring, 4.12 billion pesos lang. Tapos net foreign selling around 525.73 million pesos. So, yun ang nangyari last Friday naman. So, on the technical aspect naman, so ang gagamitin pa rin natin ngayon is the EMA. So, paano ba ulit gamitin yung exponential moving average? So, exponential moving average is actually the weighting of all the data. Pero yung most recent na data, yun yung mas malaki yung weighting. Compared sa exponential moving average, which is same lang yung kanyang weight. So, kaya siya simple moving average. But anyway, yung application niya is the same. So, pwede siyang gamitin actually as, of course, unang-una is, pwede siyang gamitin as support. At yung pangalawa, pwede rin siyang gamitin as resistance. Katulad dito. So, nagsiserve siya as resistance dito sa area na to. So, aside from that is, of course, yung isa sa mga major na gamit niya is, of course, kapag nagkaroon ng golden cross. So, ang golden cross is, ibig sabihin is, yung mga EMAs ay nag-cross siya pataas. So, ibig sabihin, the asset will move higher. And yung isa naman is kapag nagkaroon ng dead cross. So, ang dead cross naman, nag-cross yung mga EMAs pababa. So, yun. Kaya siya dead cross. Kasi nga is more bearish. And, ano ba? Ang isang disadvantage na nakikita ko dito is that, kung makikita nyo, medyo lagging siya. Medyo lagging. Medyo nahuhuli siya. Well, sabagay, lahat naman ng indicators may disadvantage. But yun lang isang comment ko dito sa EMAs, even sa SMA, is medyo mabagal siya. I mean, mabagal. I mean, yeah, medyo ano siya eh. Kasi katulad dito ka pa lang siya magbebenta. Kasi ganun siya eh. Ganun siya gamitin. So, medyo ano siya, medyo mabagal siya ng konti. So, yun lang, yung masasabi ko. Anyways, let's move on. So, delete na natin. So, ganun yung gamit niya. So, for next week naman, iba ulit yung gagamitin natin para ma-explore natin yung iba't ibang klase ng indicators and pili kayo ng indicator na nababagay sa inyo. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, kung makita nyo, yung PSEi is nag-breakdown siya sa 50 moving average, exponential moving average, which is around this area. So, ang EMA 50 is actually this area. So, that's actually around nasa 6,088. So, dahil dyan, and earnings starts to trickle in, nagsimula na si BPI, which is the first half is actually down by 15% because of higher provisions on bad loans. But on the revenue side naman, medyo okay naman siya. So, expect naman natin na talagang mag-higher provision siya kasi syempre, ang daming nawalan ng trabaho. And hindi lang nawalan ng trabaho, even the companies are actually losing also. So, I think, yun yung isa sa mga main catalyst for the next few weeks. Yun yung aabangan natin yung earnings, which is more on the downside naman ako. Kaya, iba dati, ito yung tinitignan ko. But then again, yeah, medyo outlier siya sa US stocks. So, nilagay ko siya dito sa medyo mas stronger support, which is the around 5-7 area. At saka nag-ano kasi siya eh, nag-breakdown siya sa 50 moving average. So, I think that's how I look the PSEi for bukas and bukas or next week. Bukas and next week. Next week. Ngayong week, pampihira. Ngayong week. So, yun ang nakikita ko for the PSEi. So, more on bearish ako. So, watch out na lang. So, actually, sa PSEi, actually, GFC lang naman yung GFC lang naman yung meron ako when it comes to PSEi and yung Jollibee na nabento ko na siya a few weeks ago. So, medyo okay lang. Okay lang actually na bumaba siya. It's actually a opportunity to buy again. Pero, yun. Di muna ako siguro mag-trade sa PSEi. More on sa global markets muna ako. So, yeah, I think that's it for the PSEi. And now let's move on to the most actively traded stocks. So, sa most actively traded stocks, dito pala, in most active stocks. So, inahin muna natin yung, of course, gainers. So, anong nangyari dito sa ATN? I'm not trading this one, ATN. It's actually a gap up. So, nag-touch din siya sa ating 200 EMA. Yeah, that's 200. So, pero kung makikita nyo, it's actually it's more on selling pressure eh. So, nakikita nyo to. Hindi naman siya ganun kalaki. Kaso kasi is nag-close lower siya. So, ibig sabihin, mas malakas yung selling pressure. So, I expect na it would possibly fill this gap. So, which is the 0.60 area. So, yeah, actually, I'm more bearish on this. ngayong week. Break. So, yun lang yung masasabi ko dito. So, yun, possibly mag-pullback siya at bumalik around this 50 EMAs, which is yun ang tinitignan kong support area around this EMA 50. And resistance, well, sakto pala dito na. No, halos sakto dito. But then again, yeah, for me, resistance neto, parang hirap naman yung resistance neto. Ang kulit yun. For me, I will use the 200 EMAs. Kasi itong 100 EMA, that's actually also another support. Pero, mas gagamitin ko yung 50 EMA. I'm more bearish and could possibly, of course, fill the gap. So, I think the risk reward, parang halos mas malaki yung risk. So, sabi ko nga, depende on how you plan to trade a certain asset. Pero sa akin, kung risk reward, nagtitrade ako if the risk reward ratio is at least 2 and above. At least 2. So, ito, 1.1 lang siya. Of course, hindi ko siya titignan. But then again, kung meron kayo nito, posible, at meron kayo nito at nakabili kayo around this 66 area, pwede kayong kumita ng 16.67% kapag yun, bumalik ulit siya around the 77 cents. And posibleng malugi, of course, kapag na-stop out ka around around the 56 cents at posible kang malugi ng 15.15%. Pero of course, yung cut loss area is depende rin kung meron kang cut loss. Yeah, kasi ako for the stock market, since traditional siya, I'm not using a stop loss. So, syempre yung pinipili ko is more on sa fundamentally maganda na, more on stock with good fundamentals. So, next after ATN is si dito. So, yun. So, actually, ito, meron pa rin ako nito. Nabenta ko na siya and then bumuli ulit ako. So, for dito, kung makikita nyo naman, it's nag-serve na support ito, this area. Nag-serve siya na support dito. The 100 moving average. And yun, mas mataas na din siya sa 50 moving average. So, might possibly, of course, for me, actually, tinitignan ko is this area as a strong resistance. So, kaya ko siya binili. So, yan yung tinitignan ko. That's my own personal target. So, but you can also use the 200 EMA, which is medyo malapit na siya. So, that's actually for me, the TP area ko around the 3.82 or close to 4 pesos. So, posible akong kumita ng 27.33% kasi meron ako niyan kapag na-hit yung target price ko. And of course, cut loss area, actually walang cut loss. But kung sakaling magka-cut loss ako is of course the around 2.75 pesos. So, posible akong malugi ng 8.33%. So, yon yung kay dito. So, after nyan is, what else? AC. So, si AC naman, trading at support. Actually, at support naman siya. So, actually for me, depende sa earnings neto. Kasi, yun, si BPI is actually down by 15 and BPI is one of the subsidiary of Ayala Corporation. So, of course, medyo bearish ako actually. But then again, yeah, let's see yung ibang conglomerates niya. So, of course, for Ayala Land, I expect na hindi ganon kaganda. Yeah, kasi hindi naman sila nag-launch ng new projects. But, yeah. So, actually, for me, more on 50-50 lang ako. 50-50 lang. Kasi kung makikita mo na, parang mas malaki yung, well, sa bagay, nag-ano naman siya. Nag-breakout naman siya sa, I think, sa 50 at saka sa, what's that? 50 at saka sa 200 EMAs. So, mas mataas naman siya. Or, I mean, nag-breakout naman siya doon. But then again, earnings season kasi. So, yeah, let's see how the earnings goes. But ang tinitignan kong resistance around the 805 and the support around 704. But if you look at the risk reward at this level, that's actually around 1.25. So, hindi siya pumasa sa risk reward ko na at least 2. But anyway, kung meron kayo at this level, 750, kung nakabili kayo, that's actually a possible kita na 7.23% kapag na-hit yung TP area around 805 at posibleng malugi ng 5.78% kung meron kayong stop out at 704 pesos. Yun. But for the next few weeks, actually, I'm more bearish. So, watch out kayo for the earnings. So, next after Ayala Corporation is AEV. Yeah, kasi bala ko sanang mag-rest off bago yung earnings. Kaso ang na-rest off ko lang is the Jollibee. So, yun. So, hayaan ko na lang siya muna. Anyways, actually medyo busy din ako sa pag-trade sa global markets. So, yun. So, yun talaga yung main source. Hindi naman sa main source, but when it comes to trading, yun yung pinakamalaki kong kita. So, yun. And, yung pinambili ko sa stocks is actually galing naman kita ko from the cryptocurrencies or from the global markets, tapos nilagay ko siya sa stock market. So, yun. So, yeah, just an added naman na to my portfolio at saka para ma-diversify yung aking portfolio kasi I'm more most of it are actually cryptocurrencies. But yeah, kung makikita mo for the next few months, that's also magdadagdag ako dun sa cryptocurrencies. So, hindi ako actually masyadong magdadagdag sa stock market. I think tama na yun. Tama. Ang kulit lang eh. Yeah, kasi kung makikita nyo, para sa akin na, the risk and the reward is hindi siya ganon ka-attractive in my opinion. But of course, yeah, kung tutok ka, yeah, you can also make good returns sa stock market. So, yun lang masasabi ko. So, dito kung makikita nyo, it's actually where? So, dito man nag-cross naman na siya. So, it's actually nag-serve din siya as support. Dito is nag-serve din siya actually na support. Yung what's that? 200 EMA. So, nag-serve din siya actually dito na support. So, since nasa resistance na siya, so let's see kung magtutuloy-tuloy pa siya dyan. But then again, this is actually a golden cross. So, might possibly magtuloy-tuloy pa siya until the 52 area. But then again, watch out for this. Kasi kung di siya mag-breakout at this level, of course, balik siya around this area. Around the 45 area. And sabi ko, I'm not expecting much when it comes to earnings. So, yun. Yun lang yung sa akin. That's actually my personal opinion. So, yeah, kung tingin nyo naman is Yeah, parang hindi kasi masyadong mahaba yung lockdown eh. So, talagang more bearish ako when it comes to earnings. Parang sinong company naman ba when it comes to lockdown tapos kikita pa siya? I mean the earnings is greater. Than the previous year. So parang ano 'yan. Parang exceptional kung meron mang company na magre-report ng earnings during this first half. So anyway, so ang nakikita kong resistance the 52 area and the support area is kung i-trade ko siya around the 45 area. However, since the risk reward ratio is 0.55, it's actually a no trade zone for me. So yun. Yun yung sa akin yung AEV. But kung meron kayo nito at this level 49.75 at yung target profit nyo din is around 52, posible lang kayong kumita ng 5.28% kung mahit yung TP area. At posibleng malugi ng 9.57% kapag na-stop out ka around 45 kung meron kang cut loss area. So, depende rin kasi sa strategy mo eh. But for me, sabi ko nga sa stock market, hindi ako wala akong stop loss. And nag-average din ako. Pero sa mga magagandang companies or sa magagandang assets like for example yung Bitcoin, it's actually yun yung masasabi ko na talagang in-average ko yung Bitcoin starting October 14, 2016 hanggang I think 2017. So yun, nag-start ako from very small amount hanggang sa lumaki siya. So now let's move on to I think that's it for the gainers, most actively traded stocks. So sa mga most actively losing stocks naman tayo, SMPH. So SMPH, so mas lalo to. SMPH talaga. Kasi syempre for the second quarter, wala naman masyadong tao sa mall, di ba? So kasi yung business model ni SM is, of course, meron siyang mall, meron siyang tenants, of course, rent. And aside from the rent is that meron siyang percentage sa sales ng mga nagre-renta. So, since wala naman masyadong benta yung mga tenants niya, so, yan. Hindi ganon kaganda rin yung kanyang magiging earnings this first half. So, the resistance I'm looking at is the 32.69. And kung makikita nyo, it's actually nag-breakdown siya sa 50 moving average. So, with that, I'm more bearish. So, yeah, I think ang tinitignan kong strong support area around this level. Around the 28 area. Actually, pwede siyang mag-serve na dito. Kaso kasi for me, medyo mahina siya. So, I'd rather wait until mag-report siya ng earnings or yeah, I think that's the best para sa akin yun talaga yung plano kong sakali man is patapusin yung earnings and then saka ka pumasok. Kaya mostly ngayon, sabi ko nga, more on global markets yung trade ko. So, kung risk-reward ratio neto, for me, hindi ito papasa sa akin. Hindi ito papasa. Ang kulit ko lang So, yun. So, the risk-reward ratio is just 0.55. So, of course, is a no trade zone for me. But anyway, kung meron kayo nito, kung sakali man, nabili nyo siya around 31.20 pesos at yung target profit ninyo is around the 32.69 area, posible kayong kumita ng 4.61%. And of course, kung may stop out kayo at around 28.64, posible kayong malugi ng 8.35%. So, medyo kita mo naman mas malaki yung, of course, yung downside niya. So, I think that's it for SM Tech. So, sabi ko naman, I love actually tech index, the Nasdaq. However, itong tech, sabi ko nga, the last time, it's actually one of the what's that? One of the priciest stocks in the industrial index. Yeah, kasi nakasama to sa industrial eh. So, kung makikita nyo din is, ayun no, na gano'n na siya, nagkaroon siya ng death cross dito, this area. So, death cross, ibig sabihin is, yun, patay na siya. Patay na, ang kulit na. I mean, bearish na siya or downtrend. Kaya siya death cross. Ang pangit naman ng sinabi ko. Anyways, yun. So, let's see. Saka kasi, di ba, nung nakaraan din, madami kasi siyang gaps din. Even here, meron siyang gap. Tapos dito, meron siyang gap. Tapos dito, meron din siyang gap. So, yeah, talagang ako. Actually, hindi ko naman siya trade. But kung sakali mang i-trade ko siya, I'll just wait for here. I'll just wait na dito around this area. Kung sakaling i-trade ko siya. And of course, may resistance at this area. So, let's see kung tignan natin kung sakali man. So, ang TP area ko around 9.49. Ang support area ko around 4.16 area. Ang baba, no? Kasi, meron siya kasing mga gaps eh. So, I want it to be filled. Kasi, normally is, na-fill naman siya. So, yun lang yung sa akin kay tech. So, that's actually a risk-reward ratio of 1.22, 1.23. So, that's still a no trade zone para sa akin. So, however, kung meron nakabili kayo nito at yung profit area ninyo around 9.49, posible naman kayong kumita ng 45.05% kung bumalik ulit siya around that area, 9.49. Pero syempre, kung kailan siya babalik doon, that's another question. And of course, yung support area na nakikita ko around the 4.16 area at posible kang malugi ng 36.68%. Yeah, kasi medyo malapit na din siya dito eh. So, depende kung mag-hold siya dito. Around this area. Around the 5.60 something. 5.87. Mga around that level. So, actually, meron pa siya dito. Pwede niya actually i-fill yung gap dito. Around sa 5.67. So, yeah, let's see. But for me, it's a no trade zone. No trade zone talaga. Ang cool, parang wala pa akong, hindi. Si dito yung tradable. Naalala ko. So, Ali. Ayala Land. So, Ayala Land. So, kung makikita nyo din, it's actually also kahit sa ano lang eh. Sa trend lang is, nagana na siya eh. So, actually, nag-breakdown na siya from the uptrend. And, but other than that is, yun. Kahit sa 50 EMA 50, nag-breakdown din siya. So, actually, I'm more bearish on Ayala Land. So, tsaka makikita nyo, meron actually gap dito, around this area, around the 30, dito. Yung sa may doji, kung makikita nyo. This. Meron siyang gap dito. So, that gap might possibly be filled. So, yan na natin. So, dito, meron siya actually gap dito. So, yan, yung gap niya. So, actually, medyo malapit na siya. So, but for me, ang tinitingnan kong support area, yeah, it could possibly fill that gap. And, yeah, for me, medyo mas malakas dito around the 28 area. 28.50. Talagang bearish ako, ano. Ang kulit ko lang. Yeah, kasi wala naman ako masyadong inaasahan sa Ali at this. Ay, ano ba yan? Wait. Nasugat ako. So, yun lang yung masasabi ko kay Ali. So, nasa ba yung resistance na for me? ang gagamitin ko around this area, around the 35 area, bago siya dito sa 37 area. So, risk reward, feeling ko hindi rin naman to pumasa eh. Pumasa, kulit lang. Anyway, so, but then again, actually at this point naman, medyo mababa naman yung index. However, syempre, depende kung how you plan to hold it kasi. So, kung kaya mong maghintay, pwede namang magantay. For sure, babalik din naman siya. So, risk reward 1.25. So, of course, it's a no trade zone for me. Kasi at least for me, the risk reward should be at least 2 para i-trade ko yung isang asset regardless of it's a stock or it's global stocks or global asset. Pero sa global kasi meron leverage eh. So, medyo siya. Mas okay siya for me. Anyway, so yun. Kung ang target mo, pero kung meron ka na nito and syempre yung TP area mo is to wait hanggang sa around 35.80 area, that's actually a possible kita na 13.12%. And of course, posible ka namang malugi ng 10.53% kung meron kang stop loss around 28.50 area. So, entry level around 31.70. So, yeah. For me, medyo siya eh. Kasi kung iti-trade ko to, syempre buy ako at breakout. Kasi pa siya dito. Kailangan bumalik siya dito sa area na to. So, yun lang yung sa akin kay Ali. So, after Ali is Mary Mart. So, Mary Mart. So, it's actually consolidating at this area. But, watch out kayo Kasi, syempre, kapag nag-breakdown siya dito, yun. Syempre, eto na. Meron siyang gap dyan, di ba? Around this area, around the 2.26 area. So, yun. And, of course, worst case, of course, bumalik siya around to hit and to fill this gap. Diba? 1.49. So, for now, yun na lang muna yung ating support area, which is the around 250. So, yeah, very careful lang or watch out for this. Especially, resilient stocks naman siya. But then again, depende rin sa magiging sentiment ng markets. So, ang resistance nakikita ko is around this area, which is the 3.13. But then again, medyo risky siya. Medyo risky siyang pasukin. Especially, meron siyang, ang kasunod niya na is gap. So, kailangan mag-hold siya. At least. So, that's actually a risk-reward ratio of 5.3. Yeah. Attractive naman siya. Medyo lang ako dito. Medyo concerning lang, of course, when it comes to this area. Diba? Medyo concerning yan. Kasi kapag nag-breakdown siya dyan is, yun, walang sasalo. So, walang support. So, yun lang yung sa akin kay Mary Mart. So, but then again, if you're a long-term, it's actually one of the goods. For me, it's one of the goods. Good stock to hold. To hold talaga eh. So, yun. Ang resistance nakikita ko around 3.13 and the support area around 250. Kung mag-breakdown siya doon, of course, the 2 pesos area or the 2.26 area. And of course, worst case is to fill the other gap, which is the around 1.49 area. So, yun yung kay Mary Mart. But then again, at this point, kung mag-hold naman siya at magtuloy-tuloy siya na bumalik around 3 pesos, that's actually a very rewarding naman siya kung magtuloy-tuloy siya. So, after Mary Mart is, I think that's it, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, punta na tayo sa mga gainers. and losers. Oh, so, ano ba to? APC. APC at saka ANI. So, yun siguro, APC at saka si ANI. And then, APC, ANI, APVI, of course, and Call Financial. And then, maybe APX, the mining. And then, the PXP, mining din. Oh no, the energy. Mining din, actually. And, yeah. Last is, yeah, gusto ko lang makita yung GMA 7 siguro. Yeah, kasi the last time kong natignan, yeah, medyo, di kasi ako nag-chart the past few days. Kasi medyo busy-busy yan ako sa global markets. Anyway, so ano na yun? It's APC. APC, no? Yeah, APC. Kasi ATN tapos na yan kanina. So, APC, ano naman to APC? Wow. Nag-ano siya, oh. Nag-serve siya as, for me, nag-serve siya as resistance. Para sa akin. So, yeah, let's see. Tsaka, check nga natin to. Yeah, yung iba may volume, yung iba wala. So, yeah. Ewan ko kung paano to. Paano? Ang quick. Yeah, kasi isa din kasi minsan sa tinitingnan ko, of course, when it comes to liquidity. So, yun lang yung sa akin. So, dito kasi medyo ano na siya, support area na siya. Kaya siya ayun, no? Kaya siya nag-break. Nag-breakout siya dito sa 200, I mean sa 100 EMAs, sa 50 at saka sa 100 EMA. But then again, nag-resist siya dun sa 200 EMA. So, I think that's possibly it. So, ang tinitignan kong resistance, of course, this area. Siyempre, this area. And the support na tinitignan ko is this area. So, that depends kung anong day siya. Or, syempre, yung day ng candle. So, syempre, for me, since bukas is July 20, so, check natin. Kung sakali man dyan siya. And dito siya. So, actually, ang possible target ko is the 0.3870. And the cut loss area, the 0.3098. So, that's actually a possible risk-reward area. Ratio of 1.58. So, for me, it's also a no trade zone. So, however, kung meron ka na nito is, yeah, possibly kumita ka ng 13.92% kapag syempre bumalik siya sa 0.3870 and posible kang malugi ng 8.80% kapag bumalik siya ng 0.3098. So, yun lang yung sa akin dito sa APC. But for me, I'm more bearish when it comes to this. Kasi dito pa lang nag-resist siya. So, yeah, makikita mo dito, it's actually 1, tapos 2, dito, medyo hindi siya nag-hit, pero malapit ka na kasi sa may resistance. Diba sabi ko, when the asset is near resistance or at resistance, syempre dun ka na magsisell. And of course, kapag nasa support or near support, that's actually a buy zone. And of course, syempre consider mo din natin yung breakout at saka breakdown. So, yun. After ng APC, ano na yun? ANI. So, agriculture. So, for me, it's, sorry. For me, it's consolidating actually. So, maganda din kasi tong ANI kasi nga, diba, in partnership siya with the governments. agencies. So, at kung makikita nyo, nag-serve, medyo, ano siya, yun naman siya, nag-hold siya. Yun, medyo matagal siya sa ano Dito kasi, di ba, nag-resistance siya dito, yung 50 moving average. 50 EMA. Tapos, yun, bumagsak siya. And then, dito, nag-breakout na siya. And then, yun, nag-breakdown ulit siya dito hanggang siya nag-trade na lang siya within the 50 EMAs. And then, yan, nag-breakout na siya. So, yeah, syempre, tinitignan kong resistance, immediate resistance, of course, around this area, which is the around 8.94. And of course, the resistance I'm looking at is the 50 EMA. So, resistance 8.94, support at 7.49. So, let's see kung ano ba yung possible risk reward nito at this level. Yeah, kasi depende on how you trade. Actually, pwede rin kayo mag-set ng sarili nyong risk reward. So, it's actually 2.54. So, okay naman pala siya. It's attractive kung sakali man na, di-trade ko siya. So, posible akong kumita ng 13.16% kapag na-hit yung TP area ko na around 8.94 at posible akong malugi ng 5.19% kung sakaling i-trade ko siya at may stop loss ako around 7.49. So, yun naman yung kay Annie. So, after Annie, what's next? So, I think that's it. Si APVI. Uy, eto parang nag-breakdown na siya. Kasi parang nasa 18 or 19 area yun Oh. Extra careful. Yeah, kasi walang mag-hold dito For me walang mag-hold. Ang hirap siyang i-trade. Tsaka tignan mo, the volume is bumababa siya. So, nawawalan siya ng, alam mo yun, nawawalan siya halos ng demand. So, yeah, I think for me, it's at the moment, antayin ko muna siyang magkaroon ng confirmation. Kasi sa ngayon, it's very dangerous na pumasok. It's possible na, di ba? Walang sasalo Walang sasalo. Kung sakaling magtuloy-tuloy siya, at saka earnings I don't know if nag-report na to ng I think first quarter yung ni-report niya. So, of course, yung for second quarter is expect na, syempre, din to. Hindi naman, din to So, rentals din to is a mall. So, property. So, might possibly more on a downside ako. So, at this point, I can't comment much. I can't comment. Ang kulit lang kasi to ano pala yun? 10.10. So, based on sa kinompute ng I think Deloitte na fair value ng asset na to, it's actually 10.10. So, yeah, let's see. So, that's actually a possible support. Yung tinitignan ng fair value ni Deloitte na around 10.10. So, kung mag-breakdown pa siya doon, wala na akong masabi pa. But, yeah, that's actually a possible na support area I'm looking at. Wait. The maximum na loss or pagbaba is 17.28 times 0.7. So, that's actually 12 pesos naman siya kung siya. Siyempre, on a daily basis lang yun. Around 12.10. So, actually, risk-reward ratio is no trade zone for me. It's 0.88. Tsaka sabi ko nga, it's very dangerous kasi walang mag-hold. Walang support area eh. I mean, diba? Tsaka, ito, dividends. So, syempre, kung nagkaroon ka dividends nito, hindi mo naman siya na-acquire at wala kang cost, much better na sana nakabenta ka na on the first day, lalo na sa 240, diba? Akalain mo yun. So, yun lang masasabi ko kay APVI. Resistance na tinitingnan ko around 23 area, and the support is the fair value na kinompute ng Deloitte, which is 10.10. So, yeah, I think that's it. And no trade zone for me. Masyadong mababa yung risk reward. So, next is, what's next? APX and PXP. APX, ito, mining. Actually, I'm not trading mining stocks. Though I trade gold. Gold, silver, ganun. Ang kulit ko lang. So, kung makikita nyo naman, it's more on a bearish. Bearish yung trend. Tsaka kung makikita nyo, meron din siyang gap around this area. So, dito. So, watch out for this. That's actually the 50 EMA. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, wait. Check natin yung trend pala. So, nasa 50 EMAs. So, tingnan natin kung mag-hold siya at that area. And of course, the resistance I'm looking at is this area. Actually, this is a double top. So, 1.37, and the support I'm looking at this area. This is the EMAs. EMA 50, which is 1.13. So, check natin yung possible risk reward if I go long. At saka, nakita nyo, nag-ano naman siya, nag-ano ba to? It's actually nag-cross-cross naman siya. It's actually a golden cross. Pero more on sa downward pressure siya ngayon. Kasi, dahil nag-double top siya. So, yeah. Nag-cross siya this area. Saan na yan? Ito, nag-cross yung 50 at saka 100. And then, dito naman yung 50 sa 200. So, yun. Kaso, more on sa downward. Pababa siya or more bearish because ito naman is the double top. So, yun. So, let's see kung mag-hold siya around this area, around 1.13. Yun yung actually tinitignan ko na support area. But anyways, check natin tong nito. The high is actually 1.12. So, dapat ito is 1.12 yung ating stop loss to fill the gap. So, that's actually a possible risk reward na 1.78. So, no trade zone for me pag ganyan. But anyway, kung meron ka na nito at 1.21 area and target mo ulit na bumalik around 1.37, pero kung kailan, of course, hindi ko rin alam. But yeah, that's a possible kita na 13.22% kung sakaling bumalik siya sa 1.37 area. And of course, posible kang malugi ng 7.44% kapag may stop loss ka around 1.12 pesos. So, yun lang yung masasabi ko kay APX. So, after APX, PXP. Another mining. PXP. Oh. Oh well, let's see kung mag-hold siya dito sa, I think this is the 100 EMAs. So, check natin kung mag-hold siya dyan. Kasi syempre kung hindi siya mag-hold sa dyan is this area, the 5.75. So, posibleng balik siya doon. And of course, the resistance I'm looking at is this area, around the 7.11 pesos. Pero medyo malapit na din kasi siya eh. Wait, I'm just checking kung meron siyang ano dito. May gap. That's the high is 5.5. The low is 5.73. So, medyo may gap siya dito na at this area. Ay. So, yun. Medyo may gap pala siya dito. So, actually, might possibly, kapag nag-breakdown siya sa 50 EMA, posible siyang i-fill niya yung gap. And that's a breakdown na din sa 50 EMA, which is more bearish kapag ganun. So, let's see kung mag-hold siya. Kasi kung ako, no trade zone muna siya sa akin eh. Medyo ano kasi siya dito. Medyo concerning siya dito. Kasi pag nagganyan, sorry. Kapag nagkaroon ng flat, saan na ba yan? Ito, makita nyo dito. Nagkaroon siya ng parang pantay siya. Flat siya dyan. Flat body. Ganito dito. So, I'm expecting a more bearish. Tingnan mo, bearish. Yeah, yun lang yung opinion ko. Possibly, i-retest niya around the 5.75 area. And of course, to fill the gap around this area, which is the 5.50 area. So, with that, yeah, I'm not trading actually I'm not trading mining stocks. Yeah, but metals is actually doing good naman sa global market. So, yun lang masasabi ko. Wait, check natin nga to. The trend. So, actually, pwede nga siya dito. Kapag tumuloy-tuloy siya dyan, to fill the gap, and possibly this is the strong support I'm looking at. So, yeah, I think that's it lang for now. Wala akong masyadong risk reward sa kanya. I'm more bearish on it. Ang masasabi ko lang is the possible support na tinitignan ko is the 6 pesos area. And then, kung hindi siya mag-hold sa 100 EMA, posible niyang i-fill yung gap hanggang dito sa area na to, which is around 5 pesos. So, depende na lang kung saan mag-land dito sa support area na to, yung candle. Anyway, let's check the Hikinashi. Check lang natin. Sa Hikinashi, medyo positive pa siya. Green pa siya. So, yeah, let's see how it goes tomorrow. And then, the last is, I think that's it. Check lang natin yung GMA 7. Yeah. Naalala ko lang kasi nung nakaraan ang pangit ng candle niya eh. So, yun. Etong naalala ko. I think this is it. Ito lang yung naalala ko. So, sabi ko it's to fill the gap. And possibly around this area, yung support area. So, which is, yun. Nagpunta naman siya dun. So, for now, medyo na siya wala na masyadong volume. So, I think mag-stabilize. Mag-stabilize na siya around this area. So, the support I'm looking at is, yun, balik din siya dito, this area. That's actually the around 5 pesos. And possibly resistance ko, eto na lang. Yeah, kasi ano pa ba? Well, I'm not expecting much when it sabagay, when it comes to earnings, siguro medyo mas malaki pala yung earnings nila. So, and there is a gap here. So, yeah, possibly balik siya dito. Kung maganda yung earnings niya kasi 'di ba? For the second quarter, medyo 50-50 pala ako. Yeah, walang ABS-CBN, but then again, yung mga companies hindi rin masyadong nag-advert, 'di ba? Kasi lockdown. So, medyo 50-50 lang ako dito sa kay GMA7 and yeah, medyo maliit na kasi yung volume so might not possibly, kung ako lang to, no trade zone for me. No trade zone talaga. Ang kulit lang. Yeah, but anyway, let's see. Kasi there is a gap. So, pwede niya ulit i-fill tong gap dito. Which is the around 6.50 area. So, let's see. So, kung meron ka nito, around 553 and target mo is to fill the gap. Pero sa akin, no trade zone sa akin to. I just don't like it. So, that's actually a risk reward of 2.92. Posible kang kumita ng 19.49% kapag i-fill ulit yung gap sa around 6.62 area. And of course, posible kang malugi ng 6.68% kapag bumalik siya around 5.17 kung may cut loss area ka. So, I think that's it for PSE. So, mahalagang paalala lang, trading and investing have risks. So, always trade with caution. Anyway, I would also like to invite everyone to join the Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. But, medyo mas active ako sa Telegram and tsaka sa Instagram. So, yun. But you can also join the Twitter and Facebook. So, there you go, guys. If you have just questions, yeah, always feel free to ask. Thanks, guys.